everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Happy Saturday, guys. Thank you guys for being here. So we do have some action, guys. Thank God we got some stuff to talk about. And obviously we're gonna wait for Mike so he could go over everything that happened. Also, guys, we were going to have some drama tonight, but it didn't happen. It looks like it's not happening. So I'm going to wait to open my mouth about the situation because I am not getting involved in something that could be a misunderstanding. It looks like possibly it could be. It looks like it's a massive confusion going on. So that's what I'm seeing. So again, who knows, right? Who knows? I can't even hint at what it is because it could open up a can of worms, and I definitely don't want that. Absolutely not. So we're gonna see what we get ourselves into. Let me just set up the stuff for when Mike is here. And then, all right, we can get started. All right, guys, let's see who's in here. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button, please. Thank you guys for being here. We got Ash in the house. Welcome, my friend. How are you on this beautiful Saturday evening? I'm doing. Welcome. Nice to see ya. He's a crackhead. No respect, guys. No respect for his fellow druggies. Unreal. Uncarded in the house. How are you? I'm doing. Welcome. Says buckle up and strap on. Is about to get freaky like a fly in the ointment at a dating party. This guy is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Guys, there's 21 of you guys in here. Please hit that like button if you haven't yet. What's the over-under on how late tonight's stream will start? I'm predicting that February 9:15 and ultimately 9:20 p.m. GMT. You heard it here first. Unreal. You have earned this, okay? And you deserve it.
Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that?
You earned that one. You earned it all day, all night long. All right. Let's see. Also, don't be a girling. Hit the like button. 27 watching. 26.9 likes. Yes, guys, please hit that like button if you haven't yet. Thank you guys for being here. Also, one more comment, and that's actually the 100 XP. I'm leveling up from peasant to garlic butter. He said peasant, garlic butter peasant. Unbelievable. He started on a roll already. On a roll. Carlo, my friend, how are you tonight? Welcome.
Charlie, my friend, Charlie Brigante, how you doing?
Welcome. We got Ron. How are you, my friend? Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome. Nice to see ya. Guys, there's 26 of you guys in here. Please hit that like button if you haven't yet. Thank you guys for being here as well. Let's see who else is in the house. We got Michael. How are you, my friend?
Hello.
Konnichiwa, collectors. Happy Saturday. We got Christian. How are you? Dang, everyone already chatting way before the stream. That's how it works. Garlic.
Konnichiwa means what's up.
Christian made a special request for tonight's stream. He wanted this, and he got it. This is what channel members get. Whatever they want, they get. Just kidding.
Oh, halfway.
I'll be back when the stream starts. How do you? This guy, unbelievable, unreal Christian. You don't want to hang out with your fellow channel members? Unbelievable, unbelievable. No respect. I see who else is in here. Anyone order that, Jane? I saw that thing is beautiful. I would never, but that thing is gorgeous. How much does that thing go for? $2,000? Unbelievable. Oh my gosh, I just I called it. This guy. Bow.
How you doing?
Welcome. Happy Saturday, girls. Happy 250th birthday to the U.S. Army. Yes, absolutely. Yep. We got a lot of veterans in here too right now. I know Christian's a veteran. We got a few. Who else is a veteran? Christian, I know, is I want to say Thule. I don't know why I'm thinking Thule. Maybe not. Gerardo in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome. Nice to see you.
Hello.
Guys, please hit that like button if you haven't yet. Thank you guys for being here. We should be at 33 likes right now. Lou!
Hello.
What up, my third-party 1/6 collectors? And remember, we try not to judge if you buy. Guys, don't listen to this. Don't listen to this peasant. Okay? Don't listen to this peasant. I forgot to do something. Let me see. Something came out, some third-party action came out, and then I forgot to load it up, and I just thought about it because Luch was talking about it, and he was like, "Oh, this is incredible," and I was like, "What are you talking about?" And now I can't find it. Luch, can you do me a favor and send it to me, please? Whatever we were talking about before, the figure that just came out for third party, and now I can't find it. Of course, we got Big Dog in the house. How are you, my friend?
Konnichiwa means what's up.
Welcome. Who else is in here? We got, oh my God, no college. Finally, no college. Yeah. Nefty, just so you know, they brainwash you at college. So let's save some money and stop attending. Let's see. The oh no veteran. Oh my God. Let's see. Who else is in here? Oh, Michael Hood in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome. We got Harold in the house. How are you, my friend?
Konnichiwa means what's up.
Harold, how have you been? I feel like I don't know why I feel like you've been MIA for some reason. You know what I mean? Like I feel like you're not around anymore. I don't know why. I just see your pictures, still taking pictures, but I feel like your presence. I don't know. I don't feel your presence. No Diddy, of course. Don't be weird, Harold. Don't be weird. I don't know. I don't feel you. Again, no Diddy. I just don't feel you. I don't feel your force ghost. Oh my God. No Diddy, of course, Harold. Don't take it there. Don't be weird. Oh my God. Let's see who else is in here. Guys, please hit that like button if you haven't yet. Thank you. Opportunity. I love gossip. I mean, this guy. Should I say who hurt you? You did. You hurt me every day. Oh my God, you guys. Cassandra, welcome. How are you doing? Thank you for being here. You being good and staying out of trouble? Of course. Anytime Bradley's not around me, I am good. Anytime he appears, there's trouble in paradise. Every time. Every single time. Oh man, Fabs, I've been messed up. He said red. He said red rocket. Guys, just let me be very clear, because I don't want this to spread. The words Red Rocket were not my words. That never crossed my mind. I said to you guys what Sicko Albert said to me. I did not say that at all. Those were not my words. And I told you guys exactly what happened. And you can ask Albert himself. He'll tell you exactly what happened. I don't need to make that up, but that was all Albert because he's sick. I want to see when he shows up. Oh, he's not even in here. What a garlic. What a garlic. Always late. He'll show up at the end of the show talking about, hey, guys. Unbelievable. Tijuana Mike, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
Hello.
Channel member, thank you for being here, my friend. Appreciate it very, very much. Say it again for Of course. Because I don't use that often anyway.
Let me repeat for the fucking billionth time.
Faz, you see Blitzfield Ghostbusters post before you got on? Huh? What do you mean? On the website? Or on their Facebook? Or on their Instagram, I mean. Come on. Pre-order. No, nothing yet. Oof, you scared me. Bob, you scared me. Woo! Nothing yet. Or unless you're talking about something else. Let's see who else is in here. Thank you guys for being here too.
Hello.
Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Yes, guys, hit the like button, please. There's 39 of you guys here. Thank you guys for being here as well. Let's see. Ooh, Predators Comey. Welcome. New name.
Hello.
Do you ever talk to the guys who used to stream with? No. Never, ever. Everybody's blocked. Blocked with the big K. Eric, my friend, how are you? Welcome. Nice to see you.
Hello.
Let's see who else is in here. Let's see. Sterling's Fine Art. Welcome. That's a nice name. I like it.
Hello.
Nice to see you. Blinken, how are you, my friend? I feel like I haven't seen you. Welcome. Welcome. Joe, my friend, how are you? Welcome. Be nice, Ash. Be nice to Ash. Oh my God. Yes, guys, happy Father's Day for the fathers who are not deadbeats. And for the mothers who are fathers. Like Potato Dad. Did you guys see that? Potato Dad? Unbelievable. Unreal. I think J&D Bane. Whoa, yeah, I figured it was like $2,000. Oh my God, that's crazy. I'm telling you, I respect guys that collect that stuff. That is no joke. Money, again, to have a statue, to have something that's not doing anything. And I've said it before, that's a completely different level of collecting. You know, to spend thousands at a time for, again, a piece. I understand it's detailed, it's awesome, it looks amazing. I get it. But thousands for something that's not even moving? Nah, absolutely not. That's why I respect it. I respect it because that's, you know, this, people call them dolls, people get upset. You know, these statues don't do anything. Nah. Absolutely not. You're literally the hot toys better. Oh my God. Solo Echo, welcome. I'm doing. So just announced Ghostbusters pre-orders on June 20th. Oh, is that what happened? Bobo. I think it's Instagram. Let's see Instagram. I went right to their website. Blitzway, let's go. Oh, yep. Thank you. Look at that. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Solo, because Bob was not useful this time. So here it is, guys. June 20th, 1800 hours PDT. So that's 6 p.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time. So 6 p.m., 10 a.m. Oh my God. So one thing I am going to bring up, guys, says let's go. We got one. Time to catch Slimer. So we got North America and Global Blitzway USA, Korea, Blitzway, and Japan. So it looks like we're getting them in the US. They're licensed for the US, which they were the first time. So yeah, again, this is another company that makes classics. Hopefully they look a lot better than the first set. I'll never be able to tell that if they look better or not because I don't own the first set. But I'll be happy and very lucky to get this set because apparently it looks like it is very limited too. So something came up. There's two SKUs available apparently. There's a 3-pack and a 4-pack, right? From what I understand and from what I saw. I forget who sent me that. Whoever sent me that, if you could send it to me again, please, so I could pull it up. I don't think I have it. So there you have it, guys. Ghostbusters coming soon. Don't sleep. Don't sleep on them. You're not going to have them. And if you don't want a set, I'll take it because I don't have one. Let's see who else is in here with us tonight before we get started. Holy cow! I still can't see the chat. Oh my God, this guy. What's up? Yeah, I have what is it, like a 42 inch LG, like the extra wide one. And I got this like years even before streaming, before YouTube. I just wanted it for the convenience. And I am so glad I did because look at this. This thing is amazing. And I could put like 7 different windows, like all like split into the screen. Let's see. 30 likes. Guys, please hit the like button if you haven't yet. Thank you guys. There's 38 of you guys in here. Let's see. We got Sean. How are you, my friend? Welcome.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
Let's see. JD, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Welcome. Let's see who else. Chris, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
Hello.
How are you? Welcome. Welcome, guys. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button, guys. Talia, how are you? Welcome. Happy Saturday. Nice to see you.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
Welcome, Chris. Finally on time. Look at that.
Hello.
Welcome. You keep saying. He said you keep saying I haven't said it. I was telling you guys a story. Unreal. No respect in this chat. Unbelievable. Let's see who else is in the house. Barbecue and beer watching. See, that's life. That's called 2025. Okay, that's called a vibe. That's called what life should be. Okay, Chris is living it right now. This is what everybody's summer should be. Derek, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
Hello.
Nice to see you. Welcome. Ash and Big Dog. Here comes Brad. Oh no. I see his smelly comic book. This guy. Unbelievable.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
You smell like old comic books, Brad. I can smell you from here. 35 likes. Oh, thank you guys. Please hit the like button. There's 41 of you guys in here. Thank you guys for being here as well. Let's see who else is in the house. And then we'll get started. 37 likes. And look at that. We're almost there, guys. We got 43 watching. We got 43 watching. We got 2 fingers in the house. How are you, my friend? Arena figure incoming. Saw a preview on Sideshow. Ooh, what do you mean? Like a video on Sideshow or on the website or on their page or in their group? Because I'm not in the group. So if you saw it in the group, I will never be able to see that. They blocked me because my collection was too exotic for them. I had too much. Every time I shared a picture in there, it had third-party figures in it. And they kept warning me, like, hey, you can't. They kept not warning me. They kept deleting, taking them my posts. And I didn't understand what the problem was. And then I guess they were like, all right, enough. But again, I didn't find out until it was too late that they just didn't want any third-party stuff in there. And you guys know me. I'm not Rudy with the third party, but I'm okay. Oh, Rudy's not even here. Unbelievable. Rudy. As far as they count, if your grandpa also vet, of course. What do you mean? What do you mean? Yes, guys, happy Father's Day for those who just came in here. Obviously, it's tomorrow, but I'm not going to talk to you guys tomorrow, so I'll talk to you guys tonight. Fabs, look at our chat. Blitzway did post. Yeah, no, I just showed it. Yeah, I'm behind in the chat, I guess. Wow, look at this. I won't be getting these. Tuli, what do you mean? You better go for them. Tuli, do me a favor. We'll talk later. Faz got blocked by side for collecting too much. Literally. Every picture was, and you could ask whoever. Like, it was not like I was being malicious in there. It's not like I was being, spamming anything. It's not like I was being, mean to anybody or attacking anybody. No, I was just sharing my collection. And one day I was just like, hey, what happened? And how I found out, I think I was looking for, they had a giveaway, and I think it was one of those giveaways that you had to go into the group, and I was like, yo, what's going on? And I was like, I can't find the group anymore. And then I think I'd messaged one of the admins. He's like, yo, you got a cool collection, but like you can't be doing that. I was like, oh, whatever. So that was that. Oh my God, I haven't seen this guy in forever. Move. Where have you been? He's another one. He's been super quiet, collecting in the shadows. Hello, community of collectors. Check out Sugo Toys for Ghostbusters for your back. Oh, Sugo Toys. Guys, you heard it here first. Go check it out. Somebody save me a 4-pack. 6 Scale Mando, how are you? Welcome. I'm doing. Able to catch a live stream. Welcome. Nice to see you. Hopefully, we'll see you more and more and more. Let's see. Oh my God! Look at this, white supremacist. Don't you skip my comment? You liberal. Let me see. What comment? Let me see. I didn't see you. Let's see. No, is this your comment? Is this a comment? Nothing before, right? Yeah, no, nothing before. I would never, William. I am not afraid of your racism, okay? I will never back down from white supremacists, okay? Unbelievable. Especially you being part of Italian, everyone you say garlic. All right, Diddy, relax, Diddy. Unreal. He's like, oh, my mouth waters with garlic in my mouth. Carlo, this is PG, okay? Take it easy. Oh my God, glad to see you back. Glad to see you back. What are you talking about? Is my thing? Oh, there's one before. Let me see. I didn't see it. I think somebody deleted it then. Let me see. Let me see. No, I'm telling you. Did I miss? I don't. No, I'm telling you. Somebody deleted it because it's not here. Yeah, no. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. No, William, I'm telling you. I didn't miss anything. There's nothing here. Unless it's like really up there, then maybe I missed it. Yeah, no, I'm telling you, there's nothing. Nope. I'm telling you, I'm all the way up. I'm almost at the beginning of the chat again. There's nothing there. Yeah, I'm at the beginning of the chat right now. And nope, nothing. Yeah, I'm telling you, somebody deleted it or it just never went through because there's nothing here. Let me try one more time just to make sure. All right, so here's the one. Yeah, no, I'm telling you, it's not here. Definitely not here. Yeah, no, it didn't go through, William. It's probably, you know what? I could guarantee you, whatever you said, it's probably being held up, and somebody's gotta approve it. Guaranteed. Guaranteed, that's what's happening. Oh my god. He says, I mean, Garlic King. 40 likes. Thank you guys. Please hit that like button. There's 45 of you guys in here. Please don't be weird. What are the topics? Oh, we got topics. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Where's my egg? Egg? You're looking for an egg, Ash? What do you mean? What do you mean? Let me see if they sent me the one of the topics. Hopefully we'll well, what do you call it? We can start right away. Oh, yes, thank you, Luch. I got it. Oof, he saved the day. I didn't know where to find him. I got him, guys. So we're gonna get started with that, and then we'll get onto the hot toys when Mike shows up. Where am I? Here we go. Yeah, Luch saved the day. Look at that with the skills. This is why Luch is necessary in this community. Because when he doesn't collect, we all win. All right, let's see. Let's see. People are leaving. People don't like my style of setup. People like to be taught like they're in school. They like PowerPoints and stuff. All right, so here we go. Let me make sure. Fast, is Rudy doing the band in his sleep again? Probably, because he hasn't shown up. Did you pre-order the Artisan Harley Quinn? I wonder if the eyeshadow got updated. I definitely ordered her. We got to find out. We got to wait to find out how she's gonna look. But no, she's definitely ordered. 100%. 100%. All right, guys. So we have Premier Toys back in action, right? With some. I don't know. Obviously now that we got some Alien stuff. Right, we got the new Alien figure coming out by Hot Toys. We got the girl also coming out, right, from the Romulus movie as well, right? So we got two figures coming out. So I guess they're piggybacking off of that. And remember, this was Michael Fassbender from Prometheus, right? And so I'm assuming that there is a crowd behind this, right? There's a fan base for this character, especially hardcore Alien fans, right? Why wouldn't they get this? To me, it looks very good. Hold on one second. Let me just make sure. There we go. All right. So to me, it looks great. I can tell you Premier Toys makes their figures kind of small, right? Smaller body figures for those who own Premier Toys, right? If you have the Matt Damon astronaut figure, right, from I believe it was either The Martian or that other original figure, that movie that he did. I forget what the hell it's called. You guys know in the chat. So it could have been from that movie or the Martian movie. That figure's tiny, right? I was gonna order it because I was like, I don't have any astronauts. Let me get besides Stan Lee, right, from Guardians of the Galaxy 2. So I was like, oh, I would love a shelf. You know, a lot of people have it. I have an astronaut shelf. So I was like, oh, let me start mine. And I didn't, for whatever reason, I didn't get it. And let me tell you something, I don't regret it a bit. The figure is, like I said, it looks great. It could feel great and be great in hand, but I can tell you just from pictures, this thing is very, very small. And I'm like, I am okay without the figure. So I can tell you again, if you're buying this, just be aware that these bodies are very small. They're very thin, right? As a figure, as a overall figure. I forget what other figure was kind of small too that was like that. The Shazam figure, same style of body as Premier Toys, and I guarantee you, whoever made that Shazam figure is connected with Premier Toys because they got the same style of body, that small, that small, tiny body. Their figures are usually very small, that same material usually for the suits. So I can guarantee you whoever made that figure is making making Premier Toys 100%. Because it's usually the same stuff. My Bully Maguire's final payment Monday should be in hand. Oh my God, any trades? I forgot to pre-order that one, and I don't even understand how. You guys know, I've been sitting on this thing for about a year, waiting for the figure, and it turns out I didn't even pre-order. How is that possible? I'm waiting for the head sculpt of Toby to put in here, and I haven't even pre-ordered the figure. Can you imagine? That's why I don't even understand how that's even possible. So I guess I didn't do it. Fab, did you pre-order yours? Oh, I read that already. I'm going to sell a Mezco in a Target parking lot like it's a bet. Okay. Unbelievable. What the hell is chat? What the hell is chat? I leave for 17 months and everything's different. I leave for 17 months. I leave for 3 years and I come back to a different world. I was gone for a couple of weeks and this was on. Oh my God. Your face is connected to Premier Toys. I'll always trade for money. Yeah, we know that. Shalom, my friend. Shalom. Goes in chat as I kind of any trades. Oh my God. So again, the figure looks nice. Let me show you more pictures. So as you can see, this is the base, right? So it's showing you like an image of some type of I don't know if it's like a fossil or some type of something stuck to the ground, right? It looks like it could be a xenomorph, some type of alien maybe, or something from the movie specifically, which would make sense, right? I don't remember Prometheus. All I remember is the engineer from it, and some parts of it, but not much. So like I said, this was a big deal character in the movie. Remember, he was the program robot thing. So again, a lot of fans of the movie will be happy to get this. Like I said, I am not excited for this whatsoever because there is really nothing that is going to enhance my collection or anything like that. I mean, like I said, and being smaller figures, really, I don't need to be spending $180, $200, $220, $240 on figures that are nowhere near the size of Hot Toys, nowhere near anywhere, and it's just going to look, you have a Hot Toys towering over these figures. It doesn't look nice, and we're going to have to get used to it anyway, because it's already happening with the old Hot Toys and the new Hot Toys, right? It's already happening. So it already looks funky, but it is what it is, right? A lot of people won't feel it, right? The people who aren't buying much aren't feeling it yet. The people that are constantly buying all the stuff, all the new stuff, and have the old stuff are noticing that their entire scale is changing for a lot of the figures, for all the new figures, so that's happening. So that's why I'm not looking to, get a smaller figure when Hot Toys is going the opposite direction, right? They're getting big. They're going bigger. Why would I go smaller? Makes no sense. Now, if it was a figure that I'm like, I need this for whatever. And again, even Shazam, like I said, Shazam was a figure that I would love to have, right? Having Black Adam, just to have Shazam in the collection, right? We thought Hot Toys was going to make it. That disappeared, right? So we're never going to get a Shazam. So that third-party Shazam was our only hope, right? Which that's why I was like, oh, I need it, especially with the bubblegum head sculpt. Oh, I was like, oh my God, that thing was garbage. I don't care for it. I'm glad I didn't I spend my money on buying that thing. That thing is horrible. Horrible. It seems like you get a lot because you get that. I believe you get 3 head sculpts. But again, tiny body, crappy suit, nothing exciting about the figure whatsoever. And I wanted it real bad. But I'm like, nah, I'm good. And look, am I okay? I'm perfectly okay. I don't need it. So hopefully that's another figure that somebody will come out and say, you know what? I think people will appreciate this figure in their collection. Obviously made properly, not taking shortcuts, not being a crappy. Even if it's third party, just have somebody that makes good third party make the figure. That's it. So as you can see, don't expect much from the figure, even with the articulation. As you can see, they're just bending the arm, right? Literally. Here, 2 bent arms here, 1 bent arm here, and that is your entire figure. So again, nothing to go crazy about. It's just if you're a huge fan of the movie Prometheus, this is for you, right? Nobody else has made this as far as I know. So why wouldn't you get this? Also, I'm not sure. I think I've seen his head sculpt made by third-party sellers. So I don't know. Maybe if you guys check out 1/6 Kit, you can maybe get a different head sculpt for the figure and make it. Because I can tell you this is not good. Okay, so if you're talking about, oh well, I'm only buying it for the likeness, it's not good. It's not good at all. So that's what I'm saying. You're buying this just because you really, really, really like the movie and you really, really want this guy in your collection. But I can tell you, this is nothing to be going crazy for at all, period. It's just not. I mean, I'm not saying you can't like it. I'm not saying, don't go buy it. I'm not saying any of it. I'm just telling you how I feel about the figure, what I think of the figure from my experiences of seeing and having these figures, period. Hot Toys teased David at David. Oh, I think you're right. Huh? I think you're right. Wait a minute. I think you are correct. I completely forgot about that. Let's see if I could find that picture. Oh, let me see if I can find that picture. If anybody has it, it'll be Reddit. And I think, no, they teased an engineer. They didn't tease him. They teased the engineer. That's what they teased. They didn't tease David. I don't remember David. I remember the engineer. That's what I remember. That's where I'm getting confused. Yeah, they teased the engineer, not David. And if you saw David, I definitely didn't see David. But the engineer, I definitely saw. That I remember. Yeah, you scared me, Luch. Woo. And if you can find the David, let me know. Because I definitely want to see it if it's true. Because I don't remember that. I know it was definitely the engineer that they teased. And they just never made it. And I think they had teased them in the capsule too, if I remember correctly. Maybe not. Maybe not the capsule. Maybe I'm making that up. I'm always right. All right, show me. Send me the link. Let me know when you send me the link. They didn't make it, so one less figure for Oh my god.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Oh my god. Big Rip, how are you, my friend? Welcome. I'm doing. Welcome. Let's see. That's not David. It's Walter from Alien Covenant. See, you got he does. Carter, he has no idea what he's talking about. Okay. A Hot Toys engineer. Yeah, they made the figure. They made a prototype of the engineer. You could find it. I'm gonna find it for you right now. Because that I remember. It was in a full-blown like coming soon photo shoot type image that I'll never forget. And then we never saw that figure ever again. That I remember. That I'll never forget. Let me see. If anybody can find it, let me know, but I'm still going to look. Where are you? Where are you? See, there's a bunch of Sideshow images, but nothing that says Hot Toys. All right, I'm not going to waste my time, but I'm telling you, I remember that like it was yesterday because I was like, oh, wait, it was something like this. Oh, here, is this it? Here it is. Oh, I think this was it right here. No, I think, what was this? Do you guys remember this? I think this was it over here, wasn't it? Right? You got ED209, right? You got Tony Stark from Iron Man 3, right? You got this was Roadblock. You got Bruce Lee over here from I believe it was Enter the Dragon, right? You got the first Batman Armory. You got the quarter scale T800 over here. You got the Power Pose Mark 40. What was it? 47? Either 40. It wasn't 42. It was a 42 and a 47, I want to say. Then you got the Mark 42 here, right? This is Bruce Banner with the purple shirt. Then this was, it looks like a bust. And then this was the figure, guys, right here. I think it's said Johnny for them is below. That thing will be seeing Hot Toys Prometheus. There you go. See? There it is. So there it is, guys. So the engineer is in another picture. But here it is. So Hot Toys had the figure ready to go years ago, at least a prototype. Look how long ago, because look, the bat, this is the 12th scale bat right here. So you know how many years ago that was? Holy crap. That's insane. See, I don't remember this figure. This, I could tell you I don't remember. I remember the engineer. I remember seeing the engineer or the tease for it or something. I was like, oh, that's coming. But that I don't remember seeing. I hate autocorrect. Yep. Shaw and Davis. And David. Guys, please hit that like button if you haven't yet. There's 41 of you guys in here. Thank you guys for being here. And also, guys, also, looks like Premier Toys came out with this guy. Says 1/6 scale mutated astronaut. So this is actually really cool, right? Obviously, same exact everything I said about the Prometheus figure applies to this figure. Size, everything about the body, everything about the articulation, everything about the size, everything about everything. It is the same exact body. And as you can see, it looks like it's the same exact suit. One is clean, one is completely weathered with a completely different head sculpt. Right? Now, this is very cool. I like it a lot. it is very different, right? Battle damage, astronaut, if you could say that. But again, very, very cheap. Look, they're giving you the same exact base as the clean version. Same exact base, as you can see right here. Same design, same everything. So I don't know. I am not buying any of it. Again, this is more appealing than the clean version. But again, I would never buy something that I already know firsthand that is going to be tiny. And the problem with these figures is you may be excited getting the figure when you order it. Oh, I can't wait for the figure. To me, every time I order something like which is why I stopped. It is very disappointing to constantly have to open a figure and the thing be, an inch, 2 inches smaller than anything Hot Toys, and not so much in height, but even the width. Right, you got a Hot Toys body with regular shoulders, right? Not even wide shoulders, just regular shoulders. And I feel like everything they use is narrow shoulder bodies, right? Real thin bodies for everything, and even smaller than any narrow shoulder body that we buy for $20 from Kit to customize our own stuff or to kit bash our own stuff, right? It's completely different thing. It's a very cheap thing, which is, again, why I get turned off, why I don't bother, why I'm just like, when you see it, you're like, it's just garbage. The representation of whatever the figure is not even worth having it in your collection because it's so crappy. Yeah, again, to me, I'm not saying you guys got to feel how I feel. A lot of you guys order this stuff and you're like, oh my God, this is amazing, which again, you're allowed to, right? It's your opinion. If you love it, that's great. I'm telling you how I feel buying these things. It is always a disappointment. Very, very small. Very, they don't do much as it is. The bodies don't even do much because, number one, those suits, right? They're usually that weird, pleather material, but it's usually thicker than pleather. So the cheap ass bodies that they use don't do anything because the material is so tight that you can't even do anything. So that's why they don't show you anything besides, look, that's your figure right there. So how exciting can that possibly? Again, not that the figures are supposed to be doing splits or anything, but why wouldn't you be able to use the body? And the Hot Toys does it too. Hot Toys will show you. That happened with Star Killer and Revan. I told you guys this already multiple times. They use the exact same body for the two figures. The two figures do the exact same articulation. They're very limited when you lift the legs up because of whatever they put in the, around the waist, right? Very limited. They both, if you look at the pictures, which we have already, side by side, they literally do the same thing. They're showing you a slightly bent knee and, the arm swinging. That's all that those bodies do. So they do this all the time. Hot Toys, again, it's a different conversation. They don't do this all the time, but they do. It is the point, right? But these, Premier Toys, it's the same stuff. It's the same stuff. Whoever owns the, I'm going to tell you what type of figure, because it's been a while since I bought one. Whoever owns the, trying to think what has a suit like that. I've bought a figure with that suit, but I keep thinking of the Shazam figure. But Shazam was made, can somebody tell me who made Shazam? Was that made by, because I know it wasn't Premier Toys. Can't remember who made Shazam. Let me see. I'll find out right now, actually. Here we go. Toys Battalion. Okay. So Toys Battalion made this thing. So here we go. So this is what I want you guys to see. So this is what I mean. So the figures are tiny. For those who have this figure, will know what I'm talking about. They're very small. They don't do much. The suits don't fit properly because, again, they're crappy figures. But look how thick these suits are, right? Look how baggy they are at the knees. So you could bend the knee, but that's about it. Look what they do to the legs. They put pads in there to make it seem like it's muscular, right? Because look, you can see the gap. The bodies that we buy come with those quad additions, right? You could remove them if you want to make or have the figure, the body, have thinner legs. Or if you want to have more muscular legs, you add those attachments to the thighs and they become, thicker. So this is what they did, as you can see, to give it more, more size, but it's still, don't do much at all. Very crappy hands, right? They show you veins, but you could tell they're that hard plastic. They look it. And look, very, very tiny. Overall, very tiny. So there's nothing exciting about any of this. And because I know this and I saw this specifically compared to Hot Toys. Why? Imagine having this next to Black Adam. Stupid. Even that, knowing that Levi's body, right? He had a suit, which is fake. But even if you add that suit, he should still be the same height of Black Adam, or at least slightly smaller, not 2 inches smaller and 100 to 180 pounds thinner. Absolutely not happening. That's why it looks funky. That's why it looks stupid. That's why I would never bother with that. It doesn't look nice. You could say, oh, it looks great. Fine. If you like it, cool. I can tell you that does not look nice. So Toys Battalion, right? And they've made figures, good figures over the years, but this suit for them is no good. Any figures, like I said, that Martian suit had this style of suit a little bit too. That Martian figure, not the Martian suit, the Martian figure by Premier Toys, right? That Matt Damon figure had that also. So again, to me, not good. Not good ever, just because I don't like it. I don't like how they feel. I don't like how they fit. I don't like any of it. Let me see what you guys are saying real quickly, and then we'll continue. Anybody else come in here? Let's see. Where are you guys? We need the Batman stuff from Hot Toys, Catwoman, and Penguin. Eric, please stop trying to take your friends out of business. If your buddy from Jazz Inc. hears you or sees this comment, okay, if this gets forwarded to him, you will never get your orders from him, okay? It's a joke. It's a joke, guys. It's a joke. Prometheus bomb, so no figures. There you go. There's your answer, guys. It makes sense, and the worst part is it makes even more sense because back then Hot Toys was definitely just not making anything. You know what I mean? They were just not making anything at all, just like that. Back then, though, it felt like the amount of classic IPs they were into was more than now. The problem is, or what makes me think that, or makes me feel that way, is that because there wasn't so much product being pumped out left and right, it felt like if something came out for Predator, then something came out for Aliens, and then something came out for Marvel. You know what I mean? So it felt like everything was even, right? Even Star Wars wasn't, that super big. It had their lines and it had their stuff, of course, absolutely. I'm not saying that it wasn't a thing, but not anywhere near what it is now. Absolutely not. Nowhere near. So that's why I'm like, it doesn't feel like, it was so much Marvel. Like now I feel like the thing that we get the most, at least for the, until the past like 2 to 3 years, was always Marvel. Now it's Star Wars. You know what I mean? So something shifted, something changed, something happened somewhere, which I could guarantee you that the only thing that changed was the fact that they decided to capitalize on helmets, period. Because what are we getting more of constantly? clone troopers, storm troopers, repaints of troopers, repaints of Mandalorians, repaints of this, repaints of that, another trooper. Then you got the VGM troopers. Then you got the snow troopers. Now you got the range. So it's always something that can be reused over and over and over and repainted and add a head sculpt to it and remove the head sculpt of it and change. So this was never a thing. This was not happening. Yeah, we were getting stormtroopers. We were getting double packs of stormtroopers. We were getting, Shadow Trooper, right? The original Shadow Trooper had no environment, right? No Death Star red environment. The original Stormtrooper, the white one, also I believe didn't have that either. I don't remember if those even came with those back then. I don't own them, so now actually, shout out to Michael C. He's finally getting me my very first Shadow Trooper that with the new one, the new one with the environment, which again I never owned one. I bought the white one with the environment recently, so I have that one, but the Shadow I never had. So he's finally sending me that one, so now I'll finally have it. But they were making troopers is the point, right? They've always made helmets, never to this extent, never this many, never all these repaints, never any of this. Right now they got an excuse for repaints with VGM, with this line, with that line. It's insane. Now with Hono, forget it. Now they're started with the troopers with Hono. You guys saw Star Wars, what's that called? Star Wars Rebels. They're starting with the stormtroopers. You better believe they will have limited pieces of stormtroopers as well. It's only a matter of time. So just like they already had limited Wolverines, they already had what was the other limited thing they had? There was something else that was limited. The brown suit was limited. I want to say there was something else that was limited. I forget what it was. If anything, if you guys know, let me know in the chat. But it's already starting. It's already immediately. The first release was what? The Wolverine, and then after that was boom, the brown suit. Oh, we need to capitalize on this body, on this, material for the suit, because it wasn't the same suit, right? I don't even think it was the same material. So they had to reuse that to make that money. And what did they do? You could have been upset. Oh, look, another repaint, but because it was a different color, people said, oh, it's okay. They gave us an extra mouthpiece that the yellow one didn't have. They gave us the sword that the yellow one didn't have. So it became a completely different product. Mike would tell you it's the same exact thing. And I would be like, Mike, no, but it has this and this, but it's the same thing. It's literally the same thing. But that was okay when people wanted the brown suit. But if it would have been just a purple Wolverine repaint, who asked for this? Who asked for this? Which obviously it's understandable that the brown suit has more meaning because it's from somewhere. I get that. But the point is that it was the same thing. Right? If you didn't get the extra head, the mouthpiece, it would have been the exact same thing. If you didn't get the samurai sword, it would have been the exact same thing. And it was limited, and I jumped on it because I said, I'm getting their first piece, which was the yellow suit. And then I said, I am not missing out on their first limited piece, which is the brown suit. And here I am. I'm not getting Magneto. I didn't get Black Suit Spider-Man, the symbiote one. I am not the Hono veteran. William is. I let William have the title. The figures look great. Like I said, I own the 2 Wolverines. I love those figures. Those figures are, they may as well be Hot Toys, literally branded Hot Toys because they're that good. But to spend, money on that when there's so much Hot Toy stuff coming, I'm good, My plate is super full with Hot Toys. I can't even third party. Yeah. Well, Rudy's plate is full with third party. He can't really think of Hot Toys at the moment. Let's see who else is in here. Tag me and shoot me a link. What are you talking about? Are you still here? Is that all? William, you're still here? Yeah. Nuts like what? Nuts like good or nuts like bad? Because it looked great. When the figure came out, I was like, oh man, I can't wait. And then I was like, I don't know. So then when it came out, I was like, oh, I'm good. I was like, oh, I'm all the way good. The down payment for Ghostbusters set you want? The down payment for Ghostbusters set you want? I don't speak oh my god. The down payment for the Ghostbusters set you want? I don't get it. What do you mean the down payment? I believe it's going to be $1,200 for the set. Oh, I did see that too, yeah. Which is not terrible. I mean, think about it. $300 a figure plus all the accessories, all that extra stuff. So not terrible. And, you know, it could have been worse with inflation. I don't think, you know, for those who own the original set and are planning on getting this set also, I don't think there are going to be, you know, many differences. Maybe, I mean, I'm hoping they would at least update the body, but I think that if they decide to do anything differently, they would change it, right? They would name it 2.0. They would say, you know, updated feature, updated version. You know, they would have to tell us, you guys are getting an updated product. Just like Hot Toys tells us all the time, oh, you're getting a new material, leather-like stretchy jacket. They have to tell us. They have to let us know. We're putting money into creating these things for the figures to be better quality. So you guys don't have to worry about peeling. You guys don't have to worry about, you know, that pleather stuff. So that's why they need to announce, hey, we're doing this. So you know that when we charge you, you know, $300, don't say, well, this is, you know, pleather. Why are you charging me for pleather? That's why they have to let us know. So I believe that with the Blitzway set, I don't think we're getting anything new. I don't think we're getting anything different. Again, I wouldn't know because I don't have them, right? It's just my assumption because, again, it would have been a bigger deal. They would have made it a bigger deal. Look what they're doing with the DeLorean. When have you seen a DeLorean be so promoted like that? And the feature after feature after feature after feature after feature for $999. That's what I'm saying. Insane. So they would have made sure that we knew that whatever it is that is going into those Ghostbusters, we knew about. Whatever, oh, we updated the shoulder joints. Look, new, better articulatable joints, new, better, you know, moving, you know, newly developed. You better believe it. That's why they're not saying a word. We may get updated paint applications, which I would hope, right? I'm expecting them to be a little bit more real looking than the original set, at least. Right? They can't even update the bodies to a bigger body, a slightly bigger body, because they haven't even mentioned it. So that's what I'm saying. I feel like the price is staying that way. You know, they had to increase it because of inflation, period. But if you pay attention to what the original set was, which I think it was $999, if I'm not mistaken, or something around there, right? I think that was the 4-pack with the Slimer and the barricades and all that stuff. Maybe a little bit less, but it was definitely not over $1,000. Again, as far as I remember, I don't have it. I don't remember. So for it to be $1,200 for the 4-pack, I don't know if we're getting the exact same stuff that we got from the original set. So far, we're getting Slimer. I didn't see any barricades, right? I didn't see any of that, which I can pull up. Let me get to it real quickly. Let me see what they show, if anything. Yeah, see, they don't really show much on their Instagram either regarding the Ghostbusters at all. At all. It's all their statue stuff that they focus more on. So, you know, that's what I'm saying. So I don't expect them to be any different, you know, in the upgrading sense, in the updated sense. I think, like I said, the only thing that would that only makes sense to me regarding what they're going to look like is the paint application. That is the only thing that they could really update. But besides that, they're not telling us anything about anything, because it would be all over. Right here, Dr. 3-pack and special pack are limited quantity editions, complete with exclusive bonus item available in these sets. So they haven't said much except that there's 2 coming, right? Like I said, the 3-pack and then the 4-pack, which is the special pack, including Slimer. See, now Slimer comes with all these hot dogs in his mouth. I don't remember Slimer before having all these hot dogs in his mouth, loot style. So that's what I'm saying. So this may be an update. Again, I don't have the set, so I can't tell you, oh, this was here and this is not here. And this, this was, but I remember actually, hold on. I'm going to pull up the original set, and then we will go over what it looks like. Hold on. Here we go. Oh my God. Whew. You guys don't even know. Look at that. $4,813 for the entire 4-pack of the Ghostbusters. So, as you can see, like I said, Slimer does not have hot dogs loot style in his mouth. So that's why I remember that, because I remember that wasn't a thing. I would have remembered that 100%. So that's number 1. So they changed Slimer already. It already looks better than this one. Look how crappy that looks. Again, it's very old, but look at that. Number 2, you get the cigarettes, as you can see. You get all the barricades, like I said. You get 1. You get the lighting effects for the weapons, right? You get the traps. You get the bases, right? You get all these extra things. The stand for Slimer. All this extra stuff, which I could guarantee you're most likely not going to get in the new set, because it's looking like it's slightly different. Here is what they were selling, right? So special gift 2 police line, special gift 1 Slimer with stand, right? So you had to get the special pack to get the 2 special gifts, right? So damn, $4,000. My God, imagine. So that's what I'm saying. So it's already looking like, just from Slimer alone, it's going to be different, But again, look at the expressions now, right? Look at, for example, see, I remember they mentioned that one of them or 2 of them were getting 2 head sculpts. These 2, I believe, are getting 2 different head sculpts, right? So they're showing you the standard, because back then they didn't get 2 head sculpts. There was only 1, right? There was only 1 per character. Now these 2 are getting 2. So they're showing you 1 here, right? Which is one of the new ones, which would make sense why they would promote it and show you in any type of promotion image to show you that something's going to be different, right? So this is 1 and this is the other one, right? Present Toys made these expressions, right? They copied whoever copied who. I don't know who copied who, but they made these expressions. So they made the open mouth, and then they made this one as well for the cigarette. So as you can see here, that you still get the cigarettes, right? Right there. There's 2 there. There's 2 there, right? There's 2 there. So only 3 get cigarettes, right? But look, they don't show you the open mouth here, and they don't show you the open mouth here. So it is slightly different, which I'm assuming that the reason why it's slightly different, not necessarily, but one of the reasons why is, again, to justify the upcharge, right? Adding the 2 extra head sculpts, right? They actually did something for the special pack, right? They added something. It's not a strictly reissue that we kept talking about, and we kept saying, oh, it's strictly a reissue. Clearly, it is not. It is updated somewhat Slimer already, as you can see, is different. We're getting 2 head sculpts for 2 of the characters. That's different, right? I can guarantee you most likely everything else is the same. I don't see why they would change, for example, the traps, right? The weapons, the effects. Maybe the effects change, right? Maybe they went from the flimsy plastic pieces that Hot Toys used to use to now the hard plastic ones that came with, for example, Black Adam, right? Instead of the ones that came, for example, with the original Thor figure that were all, that plastic, weird, that bendable plastic. So that could be an update, right? That could be an upgrade to that material specifically, to those effects specifically. Who knows? But now it's making a little more sense. And look how great this looks here. This looks very real. This looks like a real person right here. This, not so much. This one is okay. This one's actually also very good too. These 2 are the best ones in my opinion so far. Again, maybe in hand they hit different and they look so much better. Remember, some angles in pictures don't flatter the figures at all, and it actually makes them look really bad. And then in hand, you're like, what the hell? This is beautiful. So don't forget about that. Let me see. Your mom's wait, are you still here? Let me see. Oh my God, this guy. Hold on. William, I didn't even know. Wait a second. Huh? And I just realized something. I didn't even send Mike the link either. What a jerk. Huh? Oh my God. What a jerk. Sorry, guys. Oh my God. I'm like, where's Mike tonight? I just remembered. And he messaged me too. Sorry. All right, let me see who's coming in. Let me see. Where has the Hono God been? He's been staying home because Ice is in Colorado at the moment. Currently watching Dragon Ball Z. Going through another episode on 105. Go through the feed. Nice. Thank you for paying attention to the stream. That's awesome, my friend. Thank you. This is for you, for your support, as always and forever. Thank you for your undivided attention, my friend. I appreciate it. Let's see. It looked to me like the head on the Shazam figure was scaled too big next to the figure body. It looked like the old Thunderbird puppet figure giant head. No, it was funky. It was funky overall. It looked funky. It was depressing. And that's what I mean. These figures, when you get these Premier, and again, not everything, right? Premier Toys made the Lizard. Premier Toys made, Dr. Connors. They make decent figures, but not everything's good. Not everything's good by any means. So those figures are very disappointing when they're small. Invite me on. Then the return of the Double Bit. This guy. Blitzray ain't gonna cheap out on this special set. No, exactly. Well, that's the thing, right? But again, just out of pride for their product and their company, they're not giving us a straight reissue, which I would take as disrespectful. I would take as they don't care for their own product, their own company, to just be like, oh, let's make some quick money. Here you go. Here's an update. Not an update. Here's a reissue with no update. That's what I mean. So, so we'll see. Michael, welcome.
What's up?
How long have you been waiting for?
Well, I ain't waiting shit. I mean, I see you talking Ghostbusters, so I fucking leave for about 10 minutes, and then I come back. You're still talking about Ghostbusters. I take off again.
Well, this is the new. You got to get ready for that pre-order. You're not pre-ordering?
Fuck no.
Unreal. Unbelievable. All right, let's see.
Right, this is just a re-release. This is just like, here, let me just reprint stuff I made 10 years ago.
Well, yeah, that's what we're going over. Yes and no. So, like I said, I pointed out a few differences already. Like, for example, the new set is coming. These 2 figures have 2 head sculpts, which they didn't do before. Slimer is completely different. I don't think you're getting barricades again, that bum barricade and that other, and that other special gift that you got here. What was it that they gave you? Here. Yeah, the barricade and then the Slimer. So you got the Slimer with the special pack, which is different already. But I don't think you're going to get this barricade. If you do, we don't know yet. And like I said, only one head sculpt instead of two for this one and this one.
And I never thought these were Hot Toys quality head sculpts. I mean, they were good, but they weren't Hot Toys, level, I thought.
William, welcome.
Howdy, Will.
Is your microphone working? Hello, William? Check. Check. I think he hasn't paid his microphone bill.
William!
I might.
Oh, finally, it's working. He's not, guys. He does not have autism.
No, I just have AOL.
It looked like to me like the. Oh, I read that already. All right, let's see. Then they made Slimer representing today's society, like that meme. The girl with the hot dogs. Oh my god, Slimer Luch. Exact. See, it's already catching on. Slimer Luch.
Oh, because he's got hot dogs in his mouth.
Because he's got a ton of ditties in his mouth. Oh my god, Luch. The custodian is never did it for me. To each your own. My wallet is super safe. Multiple Ghostbusters scope this time. Aaron, my friend, welcome. How are you? Welcome. Happy Saturday. Nice to see you.
Hello!
Welcome. It's Saturday.
Someone might think William's getting out of the hobby with the
Yeah, I asked him. You know what he said? Multiple times. He won't tell me. He won't tell me why he's selling everything.
I said bankruptcy.
Yeah, which is not obviously it's not true.
No, I just make space.
Yeah,
Like,
but that's like you were getting rid of like everything.
No. Like, you don't know what I'm getting rid of. It's all mostly raffle wins.
No, even like your personal stuff that you had displayed on there, you're getting rid of. That's what I mean.
A couple loose figures.
No. You're getting rid of. You were going on a business sale. What is that? Hold on. You're selling that?
No, I just got this.
Oh, is that 3-0?
No.
Custom?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, so you got artisan on it.
Like, did you see my Daryl?
Yes. Was that custom too?
Yeah.
And where'd you get that bike?
It was actually a 1/6 scale, like some company on eBay, and then I painted it because it was bright ass yellow.
Bright as yellow. Where'd you get it? eBay, you said?
eBay for like $25, and then just painted it.
But that looks real metal. Whoever painted it looks very good.
Oh no, it's metal parts of it.
But but that looks like whoever painted it looks very real.
I painted it.
Oh, you painted it. Oh, it doesn't look that good.
Excuse me. This is the creator of Cocaine Wookie.
Hey,
And I have yet to open that, by the way. Okay, I'm really saving this for a special occasion.
Yeah, tonight, Father's Day.
like
No,
my Zeb.
I'm gonna try to get cameras and spotlights. Like I'm gonna buy a setup.
Have you seen the difference between my version 1 Zeb from Rebels and when I repainted it?
Yeah.
You saw the repaint?
From like when did you post it?
I don't know. Whenever I posted all the Rebels figures.
Yeah, that was a while. That was a few weeks ago. Yeah, I remember.
Did you see the original, that bright pink looking one that I painted?
Yeah, that was the original. Yes.
It's the same figure. I just tried better painting techniques.
Oh, you actually practice on your figures.
No, it's just fail and try to fail less next time.
Carter said, "Time to switch from StreamYard to Melon." What the hell is Melon?
What's Melon?
What the hell is Melon? What up, Mike?
What's up, Ash?
Let's see. All right, so now let's get back to the action. So let's go with this. Is going to be fun because we're going to go right with you, William, because obviously you know what this is. So explain how you feel. So number one, did you order Kit Fisto? Do you have him in hand already?
I didn't order any of the Jedi.
How come? Being such a fan, being such a hardcore fan, why would this be something that you're not getting into at all?
Because it's just picking and choosing what I can fit. It's being a completist when it comes to Star Wars. I would have to be only Star Wars to be a completist of those figures. And so I just focus, like I have the one detolf of just the original trilogy characters. I have the one detolf dedicated to Anakin Skywalker. And then it's just the rest of it's mainly Clone Wars and spinoffs where it's, you know, like I have the one cube of all my Andor figure or all my Rogue One figures, you know, Delta Squad all together, Bad Batch all together, the Rebels all together. And so it's like, you know, if they fit in one cube, I can make it work just because it's like setting a scene. But if I tried to get like you were talking about the 1,000,001 Stormtroopers, the 1,000,001 repaints and everything else, if I, you know, was strictly collecting Jedi, it'd be like, okay, I need all the Jedi. If I was strictly doing, you know, the prequel trilogy figures, then I need all of the prequel figures. But, you know, this Jedi Master had some good, you know, Clone Wars cartoon storylines in the original Clone Wars cartoon that was like the Johnny Bravo style animation where it was all janky and all that stuff. He had some cool armor, cool helmet, and all that. If you watch him in episode 3, he's on screen for 4.5 seconds, and Darth Sidious shanks him, and then he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
He killed Kit Fisto, killed this guy, killed Alto or whatever the other one's name is, and all of a sudden it was just Samuel Jackson. And so now you have 3 out of the 4 Jedi for that scene. So it's you know, probably if I was a guessing man, they would be making the 4th Jedi Master from that scene to go with the Sidious with that has the 2 heads and all that.
Right. What's his name? Aegon?
It's something like that.
Aelin. This guy.
Yeah.
This beauty here.
Yeah. And you used the worst resolution photo for this display too. Thanks.
Well, no, this is, you know what it is? This is from Facebook Messenger, so it loads up weird. It loads up tiny.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's
But yeah, he's a Zabrek, so it's, you know, the same species as Darth Maul with the little horns and stuff, but he has hair.
Oh, gotcha.
And
wow. I didn't know that.
And so it's just, you know, you can pose him like this, and then, you know, the look on his face that Hot Toys gave him is like I know I'm about to die in 3 seconds, and so he just has poo-poo face. But
Luch with the super chat, he says, believe it or not, I'm going to pass on the reissue of GB. I have the OG 1.0 head sculpt on true type bodies with Matty toy collector Mattel suits. Yeah, sounds about right. Sounds about right, Luch.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you, bro.
No, you.
No, thank you, bro.
Thank you.
No, thank you, bro.
No, seriously, you.
No, seriously, thank you, bro.
No, for real, you.
No, thank you.
Guys, this is your standard Luch kit bash right here. This is what, if you check out Cobra's collection on Instagram, guys, please, this is where you'll be delighted with pieces like this. This is what a true veteran is, guys. So please follow.
hey, some people like to shop at Walmart. Be quiet.
No, that's what I said. Please like and follow. What do you mean? What does he say? What does Luch say on my videos? Like and share. That's all he says on every single video. So I'm just returning.
Masterful.
Exactly. So I'm just returning the favor. That's it. That's all I'm doing. He says, I will pray for Luch. I will pray for Luch. Unbelievable. I'm seeing 36 watching and 48 likes. We've officially entered the Twilight Zone. Oh, man, we got some watching from the afterlife. Let's see. He said you are welcome. All right, so now, Michael, your take on the figure. How do you like it? How do you see it as a prototype? Do you think it's perfect? Do you think it's not perfect?
No, I think it's good. I mean, I see this figure and I say this is awesome, and then I hate it because, like Will says, it's a room thing. Like I can't. You can't collect them all anymore, right? There was a point that it's like the Pokemon. I collected them all. You can't do it anymore. You can't do it anymore. So yeah, I would love to get this guy. I would love to have all of these Star Wars guys. But I mean, like I see Kit Fisto, and I get excited. I'm like, I'm gonna get him. I got to at least cut it off with him. And then I see this guy, and I'm like, fuck Star Wars.
You just gave up instead.
Yep, it makes me just go. You know what? If I can't, you know what? Just forget the line. I'm gonna sell off. I'm gonna get out of Star Wars. So God. That's my internal battle I have with.
See, but the thing is, like, for example, like, obviously I tell you guys all the time. Now at this point, I will most likely not get everything. I am trying. I will always try. Will continue trying. But for example, like, to me, these figures, even though, like I said, when this was announced, they're boring. There's not much to them, right? They weren't even a big deal in the movies. They're important figures. And these are the figures that once they're sold out, people are going to be like, oh, I can't find them anywhere. What do you think, Will?
It's Mace Windu's the same way, where, he isn't up for sale that often. And it's like the people that missed out on him, they're trying to, collect backwards if they're trying to get the whole Jedi Council and stuff.
Yep.
Where, they haven't offered up another Yoda yet, but, it's only a matter of time before they do, be final battle Yoda against.
Well, now question. Wasn't the Yoda? We have two Yodas. We have a New Hope Yoda and we have Attack of the Clones Yoda, correct?
Yeah, Empire Strikes Back Yoda.
Oh, I don't have that one. Okay. Oh no, right. It wasn't a New Hope. It was Empire Strikes Back. Right.
Yeah, you have that one from the Hot Toys version, and then you have the Attack of the Clones.
Correct. So we don't have a Revenge of the Sith yet.
We don't.
Right.
And let's be honest, we only have one Yoda, because that Attack of the Clones Yoda is lights out, head and tails, the best Yoda we've ever gotten. That Empire Strikes Back Yoda, I had it, I sold it. It doesn't even compare.
Yeah.
Well, it's movie accurate though. That's all it is.
Sure. So yeah, it looks like a 70s puppet. It's
no, literally, that's exactly what it is. Correct.
It's really bad. I mean, look, God bless. It's just I love.
And it's funny because ToysForKiddos.com has them in stock, and I'm like right there pulling the trigger, but I'm like, man, this looks so bad. I'm like, it looks nothing like the Attack of the Clones, and I obviously I know why. But it's like, man, like, is it really worth it? Like, do I need this figure to just sit there looking ugly for no reason?
Yeah, I immediately sold it. As soon as I saw Attack of the Clones Yoda and I got it in hand, it was so good. I'm like, well, you know what I mean? That's all about like the best version. Right. I don't need two Yodas lying around. You know what I mean? So it was. I didn't even hesitate. It was gone.
Now, regarding the likeness of the figure, as you can see the side by side, this is the movie. This is the figure. How do you like it? Or what do you think of it?
Well, the side-by-side here, that's not a movie still of him. That was a costume test, makeup test photo.
Right.
That's like a behind-the-scenes type of photo. Comparing it more to what you see on the screen and the way they have it lit when he's in that scene with the Jedi trying to arrest the Chancellor, I would say that it looks a lot more like he does on the screen than this picture where, he's standing underneath white light, or they just have the background edited out.
Gotcha. Yeah, there's a lot of lighting here. It's very white.
It's just like, movie magic type of stuff, where it's like you take that one thing, you color correct, add some shading, put some shadows with different light fixtures and stuff. They look completely different. Right. It's the same thing in the cosplay world, where it's like you see the armor that you make, you can be photographed and it'll look real. Then you see him in real life, and it's like, that's made out of cardboard.
Right. Yeah, it's true. No, it's true. I've seen a lot of that stuff homemade. So you would say that this is pretty accurate then?
I'd say that, you can look at it and you see that it's the character. and without, it's not a Samuel Jackson likeness where it's, you have a bald dude with no prosthetics, no makeup, no anything like that. And so it's either, it looks like it or it doesn't. It's like with this being an alien species. And if you bring up the other photo, it's like, it looks a lot more, because, like that photo right there, the angle on the face, it was like, it looks a lot more like that actor doing the screen test, the picture before this one.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Gotcha. I see what you're saying. This one.
Yeah. It's like in the eyes, especially, it's like you can clearly see that that's that dude.
Right.
But, it's.
What about you? What about you, Michael? What do you think? What do you think of this? Do you think it's close? Do you think it's perfect? How do you like it?
I think it looks good. I mean, again, I don't know. Look, what is it? Clone Wars? Like, I have no idea about. Like, I know this guy was on screen and was off screen in 4 seconds. You know what I mean? So I kind of knew that much, that he was like one of Kit Fisto's little buddies there. But look, if I was only Star Wars, I would have to get him. I would want as many different Jedi aliens as possible, right? So if I was only Star Wars, this guy is a must-have. So I mean, look, I can maybe see some collectability of this guy, right? Because I don't know, they're not going to make this guy again, right? They're going to make this schmutz one time,
never, right?
That's it. This is your one time, I think, to get.
And he's also one that
Shashi Tin.
Yeah, he's also one that Sideshow didn't make,
right?
So it's
I was gonna say, how does this? Because it is very interesting that we have 2 waves of Sideshow figures coming of all these aliens.
Oh, the scum and villainy.
Right, the scum and villainy stuff. Obviously this is a Jedi, right? This is completely different. But the fact that they're getting into these aliens while Sideshow is doing them too, even though again it's a Jedi, it's not what they're doing, but it's still an alien that pretty much only Sideshow has done from day one. Hot Toys just started getting into that stuff. How do you feel about that? What do you think that means?
I think Sideshow wants to make figures that Hot Toys isn't making and probably wouldn't make, because then it will, create business for them. If you want these figures, you have to buy them from Sideshow. Like I would never expect Hot Toys to be like, yeah, and we're going to go make all the people from Jabba's palace, and we're going to make all of the patrons of the Mos Eisley Cantina. Not in a million years.
So that's my point. That's why I keep telling you guys that these Jedi are very important, or else Hot Toys wouldn't be bothering.
Well, and they're trying. It's the anniversary of Revenge of the Sith again. And I like that they did this figure, because you don't have a Sideshow one to also get, because the Kit Fisto doesn't look terrible. The Sideshow one, all you really have to do is put a neck extender so his neck sits up a little higher. He looks a lot better. The Plo Koon looks great even now.
Really? I never had a Plo Koon. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it looks, it looks great, and especially for being 15 years old at least.
Right.
It still holds up, because Sideshow always made good aliens, and now, because like as soon as Plo Koon, whatever his name is, comes out.
Plo Koon.
Yeah, Plo. When he comes out, wide release, you're going to see all the Sideshow ones being sold for, less.
Correct.
Because now it's the bigger, better, newer version that everyone wants to get rid of their old crap. And, it's the same, like, Samuel Jackson, the Mace Windu figure from Sideshow, it didn't look that bad. It wasn't like Saber Masters or anything, but you could look at it and tell that it was, and it came with a little stump. That was a fun little feature that they had, a little clip-on stump for a hand peg. So when he got his hand cut off, you could reenact that. But, every time there's more than one version of a figure, you have options of what you can get, what you can afford, what your wallet can handle. Right. And, just like Fives and Echo, the ARC Troopers, those are selling for $200 each right now, because of, you know, no longer $600 each. All these people that were like, I should have sold it years ago.
Right.
Well, you know, it's if you look at Hot Toys' business plan, you know, it's like, okay, well, our friend made it 15 years ago, so we can remake it now.
Right.
It's not, you know, fighting them for business.
Correct. Yep, makes sense.
You know, now you have this dude with his separate rolling eyeballs,
right,
and very pink looking eye.
And I was going to ask you about this, Michael. So if you notice, they're doing this also for every Jedi. So they've done it with Kit Fisto, right? They add these gauntlets to give you the Clone Wars, look if you want that look as well. Either people buying two to have one, one of each look, or they're just displaying, either one. How do you like this addition? Do you think it's necessary? Do you think it makes the figure any better, or you think people don't really care for this?
No, I think people want it, right? I mean, there's Clone War, nerds out there who want that. So God bless them.
God bless them.
I don't.
I mean, I would want this more than Jar Jar.
How dare you?
Right?
How dare you?
At least this guy died honorably,
So go ahead, William. What did you say?
I don't think too many people buy two of each of these to display them side by side, Fabs. That's just you.
No, I
love how he says that, because no one's buying two of these things.
No. First of all, people buy doubles plenty. It's not just me. That's number one. Number two, okay. Again, because of the value of these figures, the value of the value that these figures are going to have when they sell out, right? It would be the smartest thing for any collector to just buy two, even if it's just to hold for later on, brand new sealed. Because again, we just talked about it. Why would they make this again ever? For what reason?
Oh, it's just like Crosshair. All the people that missed out on that started buying up the other ones, thinking that it was going to be a gold mine again, and it's not. And
because people are hoping that there's going to be a different version. Remember, we talked about there's a possibility of what was it called, that other version of Crosshair?
Yeah, the Imperial Crosshair. But I'm not talking about that right now. I'm talking about Wrecker and geez, I can't remember. Tech. People bought a bunch of those thinking that his price was going to skyrocket like Crosshairs did.
Oh, I got you.
Because he temporarily made the market look like it did back in like 2018, 2019, where it was, if you didn't buy it, it's sold out, tough shit, time to pay some money.
Right.
And, it's not too many figures. Like, look at Attack of the Clones Anakin. He had a fairly high resale value for a minute. Mm-hmm. And this week I've seen 3 of them go for around $220.
Oh wow, brand new sealed?
Well, mostly open, but it's
yeah, but still a deal, yeah.
Like new condition. Who cares if it's brand new sealed? Half of these don't even have the stickers on them anymore when you buy them. It's just a box that opens up.
Yeah.
What stickers? What do you mean?
The little circle stickers to seal the box.
Oh no, mine always have them. I always open them.
Not every line comes with them, is what I'm saying.
Oh, I got you. Now, Michael, 1 to 10, if you had to rate this.
I mean, it looks good. You know what I mean? I don't know. It looks like a good looking sculpt and everything. You know what I mean? 7.
William?
I'd say he's like a solid 8, especially if you had all of the Jedi Masters. It would really make him pop more.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I think these things are going to hit when they're in hand. I think
he has different colored robes overall. He has that undershirt. And obviously his complexion, his horns, everything makes him stand out. So if you had, the only one's going to, Kit Fisto next to him, next to Plo, if they announce Coyote Mundi, which is the cone head looking one, then you're going to have this nice rainbow of standout pieces all together. Yeah. But it's, if they do announce that, it's on the short list of possible ones, but either him or the other guy from the Revenge of the Sith scene. But yeah.
Now, let's go over very quickly. Kid Fisto. Michael, final product. How do you like it? Are you buying? You're not buying? Is this one of the ones you're cutting out?
Yeah, I'm not rushing to get it. My eyes right now are on, Fantastic Four and Superman right now. So yeah, I'm not thinking Star Wars too much, to be quite honest. So, but I mean, I would say I gotta get him if I'm gonna stay in Star Wars. But as you know, I'm kind of like have been teetering and like trying to justify maybe that's how I open room in the collection to continue to expand it. So you got to retract to expand sometimes. So I don't know. He looks good. I mean, to be honest though, looking at these guys, like I almost feel like the other figure looks better than poor Kit. Even though I like, Kit's the more known. Obviously, I think Jedi than that other schmuck. But I feel like the other schmuck has a better head sculpt. Has a better, more detailed sculpt.
The Red Rockets are more appealing, you think?
I think maybe sculpt-wise, maybe, yeah. I mean, because the black eyes are just so deadening. You know what I mean? They just don't give off much life. Those.
I think if anything, this is more appealing. This will grab your attention more than the horns. You know what I mean? Just because it's like you got an octopus staring at you. So it's kind of that's what I think. William, what about you? How do you like this? Did you pre-order this? Are you getting this? Are you not getting this?
I didn't get Kit, but it's nice that he has the posable tentacles.
Yes.
So you can actually, do different things with them. That was one of the biggest downfalls of the Sideshow one, was his head was just so damn heavy because it was thick ass rubber that it was, if you didn't use the stand, you had to balance him precariously and hope that he just didn't just head anchor fall down.
He didn't breathe.
He looks good. The eye, he looks like the rubber suit mask that they used in the movie. It wasn't CGI. It was a dude in a giant ass suit.
I remember. I saw behind the scenes of that.
And so it's like, it looks like it. And, he's clearly, more alien than some of the aliens, but it looks good. It will look good on people's shelves, especially if they're a Jedi collector, but it's just not what I wanted. I don't have too many Jedi.
Michael, 1 to 10?
1 to 10. Again, nothing crazy. 7. I'll give him.
William?
I'd say it's still an 8.
8, right? Now, what about this guy? This guy came out as well. There's another figure that Sideshow made years ago. Made them both. I have them both, but obviously mine don't look like this. And it is this beauty. We got Fives, right? So as you can see, fully out, beautiful. So William, head sculpt.
It's still them trying to use Tamora Morrison's head mixed with the slightly cartoon look like they did for the Bad Batch heads and all that. The good thing for the Sideshow ones is they all have the more animated clone heads, so it still is, different. If you're more of a hardcore Clone Wars fan, then you get the animated look that you can still have on display. But it's like you could tell that it's a younger-ish Tamora Morrison, because they did the de-aging a lot on him for Attack of the Clones, when it was, all the clones sitting at the tables and all that stuff. And besides that, you didn't really see them with their helmets off after that, because it's too much, CGI and everything else, because they were only supposed to be 20 because of their accelerated aging stuff that they did for them. But, his little goatee and stuff and the little 5 tattooed on his head, it's like, yeah, it's how he looked on the show. But, it's just an ARC trooper. So
you're not even getting him either?
Nope.
Michael, exciting, not exciting? Are you getting it? I know probably not because you're not getting into Clone Wars. But how do you like the head sculpt overall
Who is this? Who is this guy?
Fives.
from Echo and Fives, the duo?
Absolutely not. I was gonna say, like, is this like Jesse 2.0? Like, who
Yeah,
the hell
like
is this guy?
yeah, like it's that kind of stuff, Clone Wars stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, like I have zero. I mean, I don't know who this guy is. I have no idea.
So I'm gonna take it. Maybe.
Yeah.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
There's a chance.
Oh my god. So 1 to 10, Michael.
1 to 10.
Look, and pay it before you judge it. Pay attention. It holds another figure's weight, so that should count for something. Go ahead.
Okay, you're right. I'm gonna start at 1.
I'm gonna start at 1. William, 1 to 10.
It's like a 6 or a 7. It's just another clone, and it's a remake of a Sideshow figure, and it's just basically reusing parts from other ones again. And it's cool for people that didn't want to pay, the $600-700 that the Sideshow ones were going for each figure. Fives actually was usually going for more than the Echo ARC Trooper. But it's mostly for army builders. It's like, I want the whole 501st. I want every clone that's been on the show and all that stuff. It's like, all right, cool. But
so Hot Toys fucked those nerds who had those expensive Sideshow figures.
Yeah. Not really, because those figures are super old. I don't think it compares to them now anywhere.
If people were holding them just for resale value, then they took a hit in the resale market right now.
Yep.
Because as soon as they announced the one, it was, are they going to announce the other one? Are they going to announce the other one? Then it was like 3 weeks later they announced the second one. But you say, of course, but then it's just like Shazam was never how you said, it was teased and then not released.
Yeah, but just because they tease it, why would they tease something that you would say, well, that's not coming? They teased it, so what? It's an assumption that it's coming.
Right, but I'm saying they released the pictures of Fives and they didn't release the pictures of Echo yet.
Right.
And then it was like people were just hoping, fingers crossed, and the resale value immediately on both of them just started tanking because, the prospecting that people do when they think that, I'm going to cash out and, get my $1,000 for this one figure, which that's a 1% of the time type of situation. It's not, it's not the norm, especially nowadays in this hobby.
Right.
But, it's
and I, like the reason why I was able to tell you guys when Fives was announced before Echo was because, like I said, I had told you guys way before that when they got into Grievous that I said the moment they get into doing anything from Sideshow, it's over for Sideshow. They did Grievous. I said it's on from now on. You're going to see that they're getting into just from Grievous. They're getting into shit that Sideshow has been doing for years. That's Hot Toys never did. Right. So the moment they did Fives, I said Echo's coming because again, Sideshow had done both of them, over 10 years before. So why wouldn't they make, if they're doing Fives, why wouldn't they make Echo? You know what I mean?
Right. But then it goes back to something like Guardians of the Galaxy where, they did Drax once and then they didn't do him again, but they kept teasing him. And then people were like, I hope. And so it works out for the Star Wars collectors and the ones that wanted both of these dudes that they actually did do Echo, especially because the Bad Batch version of Echo sold so poorly because they made so many of them that, that's the same character just in different armor after he lost a whole bunch of his body and was turned into a computer and all the other weird stuff that happened with him on the cartoons. But, it's, that's also a track record of Sideshow. If another version of a character doesn't sell as well, it makes you iffy on being like, well, are we going to make another version of this character? And, whether this, like the Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy 3, he sold okay, but I'm pretty sure the Nebula didn't. And then all of a sudden the team suits that were teased just kind of out in the nothing.
I remember we were supposed to get the entire, that entire Avengers.
Yeah, they showed Mantis and Drax in the team suits, and everyone got super excited. People started trying to sell their version 1 Draxes because I want the updated with the better body, and all that other stuff. And it's like, all right, cool. And then it was, nope, well, that never happened. And,
which is very weird. It's very weird how they do stuff. Like, I understand, years ago where they would tease something and it would never happen. Like I understand. But like recently for them to do that, to then not make it, like, and I understand if the movie doesn't do well, obviously they're not going to put money into something that they know nobody's going to buy. I get that.
But when it does well, it's like,
exactly. It's like never ending, it's like
Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was one of the highest grossing movies of that year. It had,
Oh, but they're not done. I could tell you they're not done. We're getting that Mantis with the suit 100%, because it's only all they're doing is using the head sculpt for Mantis that we got already, putting it on that suit. That's it. So that's an easy money maker for them. And
maybe it's the body. Maybe that Drax body with the paint and all the detail in that body. Maybe it just wasn't a money maker for them. Maybe.
No, everybody wants a Drax.
No,
I'm saying for how much it costs to maybe produce that figure.
Oh, gotcha.
The team suit one, they can just be like, here's the head, and he has a regular ass body underneath it.
Correct.
And
you think we would accept that? Like a zero tattoo Drax?
I think if people had the choice between paying a crap ton for the version 1 that had the smaller scale body and having a brand new head sculpt that looked a lot more like Dave Bautista, and the bigger, bulkier body, especially if they did all of the ones in the team suit instead of just Rocket, Nebula, and Star-Lord, then you could have all of them in their suits together and they match and they look, the whole reason it's the team suit is for the team. And so it's like, when I have my 5 original Guardians back there all together, it's like, yeah, they're all in their individual stuff. But, the whole, Fantastic Four, when you have all 4 of them in their team suits side by side, it's like, it paints a picture. It's a full, complete, it's a set. It's this is my look. This is cool. X-Men is similar, but, they all have, X's on their uniforms. But, in the comics,
it's not a uniform.
They would have uniform ones every now and again. And like Hasbro's released like the blue and gold suits, and they look really nice when you have, 8 characters all wearing it at the same time. But it's not an all the time thing. And now we have, not too many of those, but yeah, it's back to 5s.
That Drax still holds up, though. I had to get up and look at it. It's that Drax still holds up. I think.
It does. It's just he's a little he's not as muscular as he could have been.
Yeah, but also you got to remember, Mike, if Hot Toys decided to make them, body's going to be updated. Most likely silicone arms. If they decide to give us a regular standard body, those arms got to be on point. The figure's going to be most likely a Bane size figure 2.0. Absolutely.
No way.
Absolutely. So they'll charge us. They'll charge us
that tattooing. How could you do that tattooing and that he isn't it like a raised tattoo he's got on him?
It's raised.
Yeah, on that body.
How could they do that on the Fights and Arms? How could they possibly do that?
No. I'm not saying.
Well, Mike, on the Hono Wolverine, it has raised veins.
Like very, you can pronounce veins.
Yeah, like they're raised up out of the skin.
They would have to do that like crazy to that figure.
Well, right. I'm just saying
it's possible. It's possible. The whole point is that it's possible.
They would have to R&D the hell out of it.
That's
but
I don't know. I don't know if it's possible.
Because if it is seamless with all those, the more you bend it, the more each of those has the possibility of not holding
cracking. Yeah, cracking or whatever. Yep.
But even if it was seamed again, and it was just a bigger, body that was more proportioned, because Batista. The reason one of his nicknames in WWE was the Beast. He was a big old dude. He's huge. He's tall, and at the time he was like almost 300 pounds.
Yeah, it was out of his mind.
If you were coming in now and you were a Marvel diehard, would you pay for the Drax now, or would you continue to wait?
bought mine not that long ago because I wanted the full team. But I waited until, I got it for closer to retail because I'm never in that much of a hurry to get a figure. Like I get into rushing a little bit when I'm like, I want to make a full scene like I did for my Justice League. I was like, oh, I need to find a Flash. I need a Wonder Woman. I was doing all the comic book looks. So I went mostly with Sideshow or custom ones that I worked on, myself and pieced together. But I don't think somebody would go and be like, I really want this Drax right now. I'll pay the $600 eBay price, because.
And that Drax sat when it was initially came out. No one, and it's not like it was like a hot figure or anything. I remember buying it easy.
People wanted it when it was gone. That's when they wanted it.
Well, that's
every time.
That's
every time.
Exactly. Toys in general.
Exactly. Every time is right.
It's like the in-game cap was there for 3 years in the shop, and now people are like in search of in-game cap.
Oh my god! All right, guys, and then obviously, last but not least, we got one more beauty that came out, and it is this guy here. These are the blogger photos. It's already shipping, so it's already. It'll be probably coming out to Sideshow within the next month or so. So we got the Last Stand, Peter Parker Last Stand suit from the video game Spider-Man, Marvel Spider-Man 2. Again, more spider legs. So let's go with you, Michael. Another Spider-Man figure with legs, repainted legs, different paint on the legs, new material on the suit. And as you can see, a very, very plain Spider-Man. You get a canister of Venom that is magnetized, so you can attach it to the back of the figure, or you could just have him hold it. As you can see here, there's the Venom symbiote there. It says Oscorp because in the video game, that's what the whole thing was about. And as you can see, some poses with the legs. Look at that. You get the webbing, which if you know the line, we got every single figure with the same exact webbing every single time. We got this in white. We got this in black. We've gotten that in every single color pretty much because of the fact that it comes with that. Look at that. This is the look right here. So seeing all this stuff here, how do you like the figure? Do you care for the figure? Is it exciting for you at all? Do you think it's boring?
Gay? He's wearing jeans, Fabs.
All
Tight
right.
jeans at that.
So what's the problem?
I don't know. We should maybe rename this Luch Spider-Man.
Luch Spider-Man.
Oh,
so wait, you don't like
those jeans are fucking horrible. This figure is garbage. This is a really, really bad figure. It looks horrible. He looks fruity. How can you get around and be a Spider-Man in tight jeans? No. This is a bad release.
So now, what would you change from the figure to make it more exciting, more appealing, more any better?
I wouldn't make this figure. I would throw it in the garbage. This didn't need to be made. This is no the Michael Jackson tight jacket. It's just bad. It's a bad figure. This is not appealing.
On your social media, this would be the type of figure that you would post. Who asked for this type thing?
What?
On your social media, this would be the figure that you would post. Who asked for this type thing?
Sure.
Well, especially who asked. I think they made it because So made one already with the trench coat that was the Night Out is the Last Stand suit. They just call it the Night Out suit. And
yeah, but it was completely different, though. It was completely different. It was
completely different, but it's based off of this look from the game.
I gotcha. Because they also remember Toys Trubo did the same exact figure.
I don't know, but this one's limited to 1,500, and it's still in stock on Sideshow right now.
Yeah, this is millennial Spider-Man.
It went up Friday the 13th, so yesterday at 1 o'clock Eastern, it went up. So it's been up for 36 hours.
No one wants it,
and it's
no one wants it.
It's just like the Batgirl that's still in stock and the gold Batman Begins or Batman Beyond that's still in stock. It's not every limited release is a hit. some of them are misses, and they'll be bargain bin 30% off ones.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Just because they don't sell out immediately, number one, doesn't mean they're not going to sell out. It may take longer than, your standard popular release, but it'll sell out. Number two, some stuff will not sell out, within a year. Again, some droids will sit depending on what they are. Artisan, though, you can have an artisan sitting for hours. It'll never, ever not sell out. I can tell you that.
Harley Quinn.
What about her?
She's still in stock.
Which Harley Quinn? The artisan?
Artisan. Okay, well, it finally went back to wait list after for a week. They
got cancellations. They got cancellations.
The wait list conversion started going through, and then for a week,
she was
ready for pre-order, and it was
right.
whether it's the people that are just getting sticker shock, or the ones that are using their $20 tariff fee as an excuse to cancel figures, or the ones that are afraid that all the hair is going to fall out because 2 people have posted pictures of God knows what they did to these figures' heads. But now, the glue's coming out and their hair's coming out. And it's like, well, did you wash the hair or something? Did you stick it in paint thinner? Like, I have no idea, but mine aren't.
So this is what I was telling you. This is the Toys Trouble figure. Same exact figure. Same exact look to it, right? Obviously, it's a third party. But this is what I thought you were talking about, because the last stand figure, what was the name that you
Night Out?
The Night Out, right? The Night Out figure from So-So Toys, right? That came with a sweater, which I understand why you would think, or why you would assume that it's the same style, because he's got a turtleneck and he's got that trench coat,
and
right?
Jeans.
And the jeans, correct? But they're like light blue jeans instead of dark jeans. But it's still I love that figure, by the way. I love the wrinkled mask on it. It's it doesn't look smooth like this at all.
Well, it stands out more than this,
right?
But and the fact that if you buy the Hot Toys one, you once again get giant spider legs, because I get it in the game, like that's like a feature for each of the suits, because you're just changing the skin, but you always have the arms for doing crazy video game shit. But then it's like, all right, cool. You're not going to display 10 Spider-Men all with the legs on their back. So
that's what I said. That's what I said also. I said, you could be getting all these figures all you want. The only way, because I said the same thing, I was like, nobody's going to be displaying it, but the only way, people can 100% display.
Oh, yeah, especially if you hang them from the ceiling, or you are only a Spider-Man collector.
Right.
It's I
said, if you're a collector that has like one figure per D12 shelf, you could do that. If you're a person that has all your figures on a muscle rack, right? These things are big enough and wide enough where you could do that, right? I can't do that because of the amount of stuff that I got stuffed in together. So I have no room for that. I'm displaying out of every single figure with legs, I am displaying one figure with legs. That is it. Not even the superior suit, which I love those legs. They're in the box. There's no room for any of it. It's not worth taking up all that room with legs.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Two figures that have legs. There's the original red and gold Spider-Man has the legs, and then the movie Spider-Man with that actually used the legs in the movie. Those are the two figures that should have legs in your display.
Yeah, I was going to say the Iron Spider from Infinity War.
Yes.
That one probably has legs on it in most people's display because
they're small.
Well, they were smaller, but it's also, part of,
the figure.
Yeah, it's like unique to that. It was unique to that figure at the time. And then, Spider-Man 2 came out on the game and it was like, everybody gets legs.
Right. Yep. So now, Michael, 1 to 10.
Hit it.
Oh,
this guy is a full-on 0.
Oh no.
0.0.
Oh, William.
It's like a 5. It's a Spider-Man, but it holds no. Like, is the jacket pleather?
It's a fancy new leather-like elastic material. or elastic, fancy, stretchy leather-like material.
Yeah, leather-like textured elastic fabric material, last stand suit jacket with black spider emblem.
Right.
All right. Well, yeah, 5 or 6. Definitely if it's not pleather. But when they say, flexible, stretchy, leather-like, it's like, I don't know, that kind of sounds like pleather.
It sounds like pleather.
But-
Oh my god.
But if
They
it's
must,
not,
they must have used like suit material and just made a jacket, right? Like that's probably what they did.
probably.
Probably.
And
Now,
it's,
William, what would you do to this figure to make it better? If
I
anything.
wouldn't have picked this suit. There's so many cool suits in that
I
game.
was gonna say,
And
Well, this is easy money. That's why.
it's easy money is sitting in stock.
Exactly. Now at the moment.
But it's just there's so many cool variations of the suit, the ones that they've teased at other cons and stuff that they still haven't made, other
Right.
Miles Moraleses that they could make.
Yep.
If it was Miles Morales with big old spider legs on it, that would be at least something different in somebody's collection. It's different from the Enter the Spider-Verse one. It's different than the future video game 2021 or whatever, where he had the headphones and all that stuff. It would just be different. But it's I look at this and it was never even like, man, I would want this. I'm not even like, if I could find this one for somebody selling it for like 100 or 150 in the secondary market, like I do when I snag my deals, I'd just be like, I don't want it.
Right. Yeah. No. I see. I know that this is going to be nice in hand. It's very, very plain. Not much to it. But like I said, the mounted canister on the back, man. Oh, I can't wait. Look at that. And you guys know I pose just like this, so it's going to look incredible.
yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say you're gonna
You can't even see it.
it.
Oh my god. So
Did you go over the patch figure?
No, I'm about to, because this is it for Hot Toys. So we're gonna go over that real quick, and then we're
I was
out.
I don't want to say I'm surprised to see that, but I'm like, all right, they're trying to jump the gun, aren't they?
Yep.
Yep.
I like it.
Because I told you guys that is 100% coming from Hot Toys.
I was
Whether
gonna say,
you
who's gonna buy this though? So like that. I mean, ballsy move, but I'm gonna wait as much as
Well,
I want the patch figure.
Toto is limited to 300 pieces total.
Oh,
Right.
they're not. Then this is nothing then to them.
And so it's just because, everyone's being like, oh, this is the easiest kit bash in the world that you could make. Yes. But So uses pretty good bodies.
Correct.
Their tailoring has gotten better and better.
Correct.
They're doing it for you so you don't have to. That's clearly a Hugh Jackman head sculpt.
Correct.
And it was like $160.
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
So I bought one.
See, I didn't even bother.
And TNS is taking the full deposit because it's supposed to be released June of 2025. So they're
You
supposed
gotta
to
pay
be,
the whole thing in full.
yeah, because they're supposed to be, by the end of the month, they're supposed to be mailing them out.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. It's gonna look beautiful. I could tell you.
And
Toys.
so it's like, I was like, oh, F it, I'll get one. It's
Yeah.
No, it's gonna look nice. It's gonna be worth it. Look at the Kingpin figures, right? The Hawaiian shirt one. Look at the white suit one. They're very good. Like William said, the tailoring on these things. I always will tell you guys, Toys is making the best third-party figures out there. Period.
And if Hot Toys, inevitably announces their patch, most likely it'll be available 2026, 2027. And for the people that like their instant gratification, it's like when Mr. Knight, I think, is that what they called
Gentleman, Mr. Gentleman, Gentle Moon.
Yeah, Gentle Moon, I think is what they call him. It's like, that came out, a year and a half before Hot Toys even announced theirs.
Correct.
And it's like, you're expecting Hot Toys to keep making variations,
Right.
because Moon Knight sold pretty well. And it's like, okay, well, now they're doing Artisan Moon Knight, and that instantly sold out. And then Mr. Knight, selling pretty well. But it's the lead up, the production time, the delays, and everything else. And when when they actually put their mind to it, they actually get figures out. But they do their ebbs and flows where it's like they just start abandoning lines just like Hot Toys does.
Well, look,
this is the first time isn't this the first time they announce something and then they're going to ship it so quick? Like, I mean, smart move, right? Because if they announce it with like a big, 6 month, 8 month lead time, Sideshow, Hot Toys is gonna, they'll probably jump ahead of them.
Well, that's actually why they're trying to ship that shit out as quickly as possible, because they know something's coming.
Yeah.
Or why they waited to announce. They probably had this, why announce this early? Like let's wait until this thing is ready to ship and then we'll announce it. You know what I mean?
Oh no, it's ready. It's ready to ship. They're not. What I could guarantee you, what's happening now is packaging. They're not worried about these figures being done or anything like that.
I was going to say, isn't that the fastest? That's like the fastest I've ever seen that happen. Where they announce at least
for Soso Toys, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. And another thing I want to bring up regarding Soso Toys that I told you guys last stream, that Hot Toys had never made anything that Soso Toys had made. There was another thing I mentioned, right? Besides Mr. Knight, that was the only thing that, like William just said, they Soso Toys made it, and then Hot Toys, a long time after, they decided to announce theirs. Another thing that Soso Toys made way before Hot Toys also was the Flash figure, the CW Flash. They made those Flash figures years before Hot Toys even announced their CW figure. So that was another one that I completely forgot about to mention that day that I was telling you about, guys, about Moon Knight. So that was another figure that Soso Toys made, again, before Hot Toys, and then Hot Toys made it, whether it was a year after or 8 months or 2 years after, but that also happened. That was another figure by them. So now, Michael, exciting, not exciting? Would you get this? Obviously, I don't know if you're getting it now, but would you get this?
I mean, look, if it was an easy place, I could go order it right now, maybe.
TNS figures.
Is it TNS?
They're basically So's official distributor.
Yeah, I mean, look, what's the risk for $150, $160? You know what I mean? Like, I get that. That's because the Hot Toys one is going to be $300,
and it's gonna probably have the same exact sculpt that they have on all the other Hugh Jackman figures.
And that that little whiskey glass is quality. Like their little tiny accessories like that have been good. Yeah, I think this is a no-brainer. And then only $300 though. I mean, that's like. I mean, how is this thing not sold out already?
Yeah, I just checked. It's still up for pre-order on TNS.
Which one? This one?
Yep. Patch. Well, Casino Agent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's you guys, like I said, you guys know I jump on these limited things left and right. This looks great. I know Hot Toys is coming. I don't need two of these guys. Hot Toys will be way better, even though this will be great as well. This will be very, very good. You will not be disappointed by this figure in your collection whatsoever, because everything Soso Toys has been making, at least for the past, 2 years, has been very, very, very good.
But if Hot Toys makes it and it has the same slightly open mouth Hugh Jackman sculpt that they're using on everything.
Oh, no, it'll be, yeah, exactly. It'll be.
Even the artisan one is the same sculpt from the unmasked blue and yellow.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I have a feeling that they have to tweak, and we're going to get an announcement like we did Obi-Wan, that they tweaked something about the head sculpt. And I'm not saying, one specifically, but they have to. We're not going to get 4 figures with the same head sculpt 4 times. It's already 3.
You would hope, but
right. That's what I'm saying.
If they don't fix that, if people actually display them side by side, it's just going to have that same
correct
look down the line, and that's
absolutely.
why, like, getting this, it's guaranteed that it's a different looking sculpt.
Correct. Now,
I like the hair. It's very comic booky. Right. I like the more serious look, the closed mouth.
Yep.
I just ordered it.
Yeah, one of us.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
William, you're very correct. It's gonna look funky. Now, here's the thing, though. You got clean version with the yellow. You got TVA with the battle damage. So that alone is supposed to break it up, right? That's what they're hoping for, at least. So it's not so obvious that it's being reused. But again, hopefully the battle damage looks so good that, you know, it's like, all right, this looks completely different, even though it's the same thing. Then you have, like you mentioned, Age of Apocalypse, right? Same exact thing, but I'm going to tell you that's going to be doable and passable because of the amount of hair that, you know, is going to take focus off of the fact that it's the same exact thing. So that's why I'm telling you, that's why they're doing this. But if we are getting another one after these, it has to have a different expression. And like you said, a closed mouth, it is necessary, because to have 4 figures looking the same, it ain't going to work.
Closed mouth for Patch, or one of the other Wolverines with an open mouth, just straight, you know, angry.
That
you
too.
know,
That
just
too.
something like, you know, a Wolverine face, not.
Yeah, but then the problem is this community will start again. They would have to kill that head sculpt, number one, because if they don't, then the community will be, oh, look at the mouth, it's open, like he's, you know, like he's looking for Diddy, blah blah blah. It'll be that type of scenario. They'll be making fun of the head sculpt. Look what they did to Ant-Man, which again, rightfully so. I'm not saying that. You know what I mean? So it's
they're damned if they do, damned if they don't. If everyone's just
correct.
Then they're like, oh, they always don't have expressions, and then they do the expression, and they're like, why do I want, you know, him having one expression that now he's stuck in the hair? And it's like, well, they complain about everything.
There's just there's no downside at $165. There's
Correct.
Shipped.
Exactly.
Am I right? Did I pay $165?
Yeah.
I think I paid $165 shipped just now.
Yep.
No, and that's the thing. It's worth every penny. And like I tell you guys, So-So Toys is the best all around when it comes to value.
Right. If you're gonna go outside of Hot Toys, go So-So Toys.
When it comes to value, when it comes to, you know, sculpts, when it comes to quality, when it comes to tailoring, when it comes to the figure as a whole overall, bases are garbage. Nothing fancy about these bases ever. Accessories are usually crappy too. The Gambit figure came with a ton of stuff, right? But again, very, very, very good for what they charge for their figures. Everything.
Yeah, why wouldn't, for again 300 of these figures, $165? I don't know. This just makes a ton of sense. That's why. Yeah, I just do it.
I should get it.
Yeah, look, it was. I was actually surprised how quick it was. I was like, boom, boom, add to cart, went right to PayPal, checked out. That's it. 165 TNS. Got my confirmation. Screenshot it. Thank you, Michael. It says at the end. No, thank you, TNS, and thank you.
TNS is So-So's like official distributor, so when they have the super limited ones, they're basically only on TNS. Like Giant Toy doesn't have this figure up for pre-order because it's, you know, there's only 300 of them. And
well, like you said, if I didn't know where to, you know, you got to know where to, you know, because usually So-So Toys, it's on one of the various.
Yeah,
you know,
and Cajun Card Dealer was another one that there was only 300 of them made, or 500.
Which one? Gambit.
Yeah, so Cajun Card Dealer is what they called him.
Right.
But it was, you know, that one's limited.
Yeah, the Hawaiian shirt. What's his name? Kingpin is also limited.
Yeah.
Like I said, that new still on pre-order. Flash, CW Flash with the long hair is limited. They try to limit certain things, I guess, you know, for whatever reason. But yeah, they're making this beauty. I agree. So-So Toy makes great figure for the price. Absolutely. No, and great quality, everything. Even the head sculpts are very, very good.
Yeah, but if this was a not expected to release soon one, I wouldn't be jumping all over it. Because like what, 3 Christmases ago when they had the Shadow like all coming soon, well, only like 3 of those have been announced.
Well, I was gonna say
it's gonna be 2 years. It's gonna be 2 years from right now for Patch to come to us from Hot Toys.
Well, I was gonna say, remember when they announced, they teased all these X-Men that they were gonna do? What happened to all that?
Yeah, it's
crazy. Right? Remember the silhouettes with Dr. Manhattan and all that stuff?
Yeah.
What happened to all that?
Yeah, the Watchmen fans are they're pretty active in the So-So comments on the So-So groups and stuff of where's my Dr. Manhattan, the way that people are posting the Shazam GIFs on the Hot Toys releases every time. or the
They need to, that Watchmen line. They need to keep going.
yeah.
That was it Rorschach figure?
Rorschach.
Probably honestly to this day, that thing even amongst Hot Toys is top 20 figure for me. Like it passed. Really, it is so good. It sizes perfectly.
I ordered 2 of those to display because remember it comes with like 4 different head sculpts with the mask and then his regular head sculpt. So I bought 2 of them. I bought 2 of them to display 2 of them, and then I ended up just opening one. I have him with the bear head sculpt, and that was it because it's a battle damage head sculpt too. So he's got all blood on it. I was like, you know what? I'm leaving it alone. So I never even opened the second one, and I think I got rid of the second one too. I don't even have it anymore.
And he is like well short. Like that figure is
tiny.
so short.
It's tiny
compared to all the other figures, and that's just what makes it so great. It just so stands out because of how realist, how tiny he is. And let's be honest, Wolverine should really be that same height, to be honest.
Right, but he's got to be more meaty, more bulky. You know what I mean?
Well, right, because then he's not intimidating. So I get it. I get it.
Now, Michael, 1 to 10, if you had to rate this one.
Right now, I'm gonna say it's looking good. Again, it got me to order it just now, so I'm gonna go 8.
Yeah, no, it does look good. This is very classy. William, 1 to 10.
I'd say 8.5. It's a unique Wolverine that it justifies getting another Wolverine because
it's different. It's very
the
different.
patch with the eye patch, it's like you can have 8 Wolverines side by side, and the one with the eye patch is going to be like a bullseye where your eyes are just drawn to it. Like, what the hell is up with that? And it's like that's patch.
Like in my collection, I have a Wolverine. Like half of a shelf is like the Wolverine shelf. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 different Wolverine versions. You know what I mean? From the Sideshow one to the Old Man Logan version. I got a few.
Yeah,
Samurai. Remember that Samurai one I made?
Yeah, you can't go wrong with the Wolverines. Now, William, any pre-orders, anything coming soon? Are you expecting anything? Have you ordered anything?
Monday I should have my Rick from The Walking Dead in. That's why I have this head that's going to go on the body. So I upgrading the head that I know that comes with it that I'm not going to be happy with. So I have that coming from Kit, and I don't know. I have more raffle stuff coming in.
You keep winning, huh?
I keep I spend about 50 to $80 on these spots, and I keep hitting, and and so then I sell them instantly.
He's making a killing right now. You have no idea, okay, how much money he's making on this.
I've won and sold 3 Darth Maul DX-17s in the last month, where I've spent about $100 on total raffle tickets for that figure, and I've now won and sold 3 of them.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine the luck? That jacket will be yellow in 3 months, but it looks nice.
You be quiet, Bobby.
He's like that yellow.
These people that put their white suits next to the sun by the window are like, why is my suit turning yellow? Or I keep touching it with dirty ass hands.
With my Cheeto fingers.
Like, what is weird stuff on? Like, my Empire Strikes Back Leia's turning yellow. Stop touching her.
You know what? I would believe that if my what's my the boss figure, right?
Yeah.
His white full-on white suit is not yellowing in any way, shape, or form. Isn't that
and you're
the
not
same
touching it with oily ass hands all the time.
Yeah,
right.
No. So it's gonna be.
Yeah, I forget which figure of mine.
Same material, I would imagine it's gonna be.
Well, it's.
No, I think one of them did turn yellow on me though, and it's not anywhere near the sun. I think it was that one too.
Not even my Jor-El right now.
I'm going to tell you right now.
It means your hands were dirty.
Figure turn yellow on me.
Nope.
Oh no!
No yellow.
I'm going to tell you what figure turned yellow on me. It wasn't the Kingpin. It was the Hot Toys, Batman Forever. No, Batman Returns. Michael Keaton Tux shirt, the double pack. That undershirt turned yellow on me. That one. And it's never been in the sun. I've never touched it.
Yeah, that was one that a lot of people have said that has turned, and I don't
for
know
no reason. For no
I don't
reason.
know what they did to it, or if it's a reaction of the black material on top of it or something. I don't know, but
Yeah, no, it was the weirdest thing.
It might be the material of the suit or the skin underneath that does something to it as well.
Wow, so that original Keaton 2-pack shirt yellowed. Okay.
Yellow. And I remember
I've seen a lot of people complain about that one.
No, yeah, it's a normal problem that happens.
Look, it makes me like, thank God I got that third party one. I got that stupid third party
Mars Toys one.
And let me tell you, Fabs almost talked me out of canceling my pre-order.
It looked good.
What was it? The Daft Toys?
And I'm like, oh man,
Mr. W.
Yeah, Daft Toys, right?
No, was it Mars?
Oh, Mars Toys. I thought it was Daft Toys.
Yeah, I have the body in there with the old man Keaton head on that body from the Flash.
Yeah.
So I have him in the tuxedo looking at all of his armors.
What about you, Michael? Anything, any new orders besides Patch?
Yeah, I got 2 giant lizards probably coming in the next week or 2.
Lizards?
Oh, he got the dewbacks. Finally, you paid. Sideshow was like, this guy's not paying us.
No, well, not Sideshow, right? My buddies over at
you ordered from
well, I don't even think they're shipping yet, so that's why I was waiting to hear if they were shipping, because they're trying to get the money in house before they organize everything. So I'm just delaying it because I don't want to pay that $70 tariff fee. They got banged with a tariff fee because they brought those in right at that week that the fucking stupid tariffs were there.
Right.
Yeah, well, like Kit pre-charges the tariff thing, and then you don't get hit with anything in the US. So all these companies that are having stuff come in, it's like I don't understand what's going on there, because like the fee should be, I don't know, like Kit paid like $8 for my figure when I mailed it, and he asked for the $8, and so it's like, okay, here you go, and then I don't get hit with anything here. But I've been ordering from Toys Assemble, and UPS will be like, you owe us $30 or we're not going to deliver it.
Really? On top of all the shipping that you already pay them, because they charge high shipping too.
You want to hear something crazy?
2 days shipping.
Right.
You want to hear something crazy? There's a guy, he bought a piece of art in one of the auctions, right? And an expensive piece, right? He was in Canada, and I think it was $100,000, right? The tariff on it, $40,000.
Yeah, because Canada has high ass ones. Yeah,
because they have tariffs right now to us, basically.
Yeah, they've always had them. It's every time I've sold a figure to Canada, everyone's always like, "Can you put the value at $1?" and all this other stuff. Which, if they catch that, they destroy the figure. They don't fuck around. It's like, oh, you lied.
Really? Is that bad?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Because it's you're defrauding the government.
Oh wow!
It's like you bought.
But even if it's like you got it as a gift, and it's like, all
you
right,
have to put it as a gift, and you have to prove basically sometimes that it's a gift, because you buy a $300 figure in Canada, England, stuff like that. They have like $200 worth of fees and shit.
Hell,
and that's
now
why.
I know what to do. Now I know what to do.
So that's why it's such a, like, when people are like, will you ship internationally? It's like, yes, but I just put whatever it is, and you have to pay for your shipping, and then they have to pay their duties and fees on the other end. And, that's why I don't normally ship overseas very often, because, if they never pay the duty and the thing gets, gone and thrown away, if they did goods and service, they can file their little thing and be like, I never got it. Right. And that's why I'm not messing around with any of that. And that's why also 99% of my sales now are all friends and family, just because I have repeat people that want to buy shit.
I was going to say, you've built up quite the reputation, I think, online and on Facebook. So
yeah.
Well, when you first start off, he was representing Toys Wonderland more than Justice.
Oh, speaking of which, I still, like, the other day, this on my UPS My Choice thing, the weirdest shit popped up. and it was like from Toys Wonderland Limited, this tracking number. I'm not even making this up. It's still here.
Wait. Also, they use your address to give somebody a fake.
And so there's a tracking number there that's linked to my name and email address. But when you go to click on it, it keeps saying, please check again later. This is a new tracking number that isn't in our system yet. And I'm not a pessimist by any means, but I'm fairly certain that they're trying to use their database of stuff that they've already done to send people out the you owe us tariff money. And we've been trying to deliver to you and you owe money with this fake tracking number that hasn't been shipped because we're not going to ship it till you pay this, this tariff fee.
Oh my God, that would be
and then it'd be scam 3.0. And, I'm not saying they're going to do it.
But it's easy. It's easy to do it.
2 weeks ago, and it's just been sitting there, not valid, not anything. And it's like, I haven't ordered anything from T-Dubs, Comic Santorum, Toys Apollo, all their many names. I did that one eBay one before I found out that it was Toys Wonderland, and that eBay store closed like 2 months later when everyone started review bombing it, saying that this is Toys Wonderland, don't buy from these assholes. Because I had no idea it was Toys Wonderland until I got the tracking information and it said from Toys Wonderland Limited or whatever, and I was like, uh-oh. But it came 3 days later, the same way that Toys Assemble does their 3 days later, 2 days later UPS. And it's like, yeah, it's $50 for shipping, but it's there 2 days later. It's not on the slow boat. It's not, wherever. And it's like that figure I ordered from Kit has been, sitting somewhere for like 2 weeks. But X from, Hong Kong and stuff, goes straight to Alaska, straight to Denver, and then I have it. And it's just like, that's quick as hell.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, it's getting crazy. But guys, now that he's on stream, so he could tell you the truth about this piece. This video will be out tomorrow at some point. So stay tuned for that. William, tell him how I got this for $200.
I won it in a raffle.
Disgusting.
Oh my God.
Then I gave him a friend price.
See, I told you guys, I would have never paid no $300 plus tax and shipping for something like that. Absolutely not. Never, ever.
But I'm not trying to sell stuff for a loss, but it's, it's if you can hook somebody up where they actually get something they want without paying, ridiculous prices.
Absolutely.
They're gonna start banning you from these fucking raffles.
Especially if he said they should start banning you from these raffles.
They're happy they closed them so quick because I'm just like, I'll take all the spots that are left. And then
unbelievable. I should start doing that. All right, guys. So I'll be back most likely Monday because we're probably going to get something on Monday, guaranteed. If not, I'll see you guys Tuesday. So as always, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.